ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। 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 ॐ गं Ganapataye Namaha.
Ganesha represents
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our fourth day of 21 days of chanting Om Gam in honor of Lord Ganesha, whose birthday is coming up. So in these 21 days, we are preparing ourselves to birth Ganesha consciousness inside of us. So welcome everyone who is joining for the first time, and then those of you who have been joining since we started a few days ago. Every moment is new, so everyone is fresh and new today. So whenever you joined, it's all good. You're going to enjoy the energy of Dr. Pillai waking you up to Ganesha consciousness. Ganesha lives inside of us in the Muladhara chakra and also in the belly, the navel chakra. So the root chakra, the belly chakra. He also, as Dr. Pillai mentioned last night during the video, he resides in the throat chakra. And we're going to find out more about him tonight when we listen to Dr. Pillai's message about Ganesha in a small video clip, which will take about 10 minutes. So then we will get into our chanting session and we will open it up for shared experiences. And we're going to talk a little bit about living Ganesha, the course that Dr. Pillai has been guided by the Tamil Siddha tradition to give to the world right now. So the initiations are readily available and there's going to be 8 of them. And last night we spoke about the second one. So we'll get into the third one today. So let's get started now, get settled in, and maybe just make sure that your phone is off or the space that you're in is going to be quiet and you can just focus on Dr. Pillai's message. So enjoy the message and then we'll come back and we will start our chanting practice. Thanks so much for joining.
wisdom tradition. He doesn't care about logical understanding. He is translogical. He is into Siddhi, which is a consciousness that allows one to do miracles. He is associated with Buddhi, highest form of intelligence. There's a story of how he entered into a competition with his brother Muruga. Both of them were trying to go around the universe, and Muruga wanted to do it in a harder way of going around the universe with his vehicle, the peacock. But Ganesha just went around Lord Shiva and Parvati and performed a task very quickly. He represents a shortcut. By doing something very small but gaining tremendous amount of results. The Maharishi would say, do less and accomplish more. And this is Ganesha's model. We have special rituals for wisdom and also a special statue being energized with a special mango wood out of which special Ganesha is carved. All these things were specially designed by me in order to ensure maximum benefits. There are special Ganeshas made of neem wood, mango wood, and then a special form of root. All these things are very special to invoke specific powers of Ganesha. I want you to take advantage of all this at this most auspicious Ganesha time. Ganesha can give you mathematical intelligence. Surprising. How can he give mathematical intelligence? There is a professor in Tokyo University, Naoko Iri, his name. He has done a lot of experiments with elephants, with counting apples. Who used to count apples in a basket and then put the baskets of apple in front of the elephant. The elephant would know the basket which carries more apples. They know counting. So you can go and do further research on this subject. And not only that, the elephants have another ability to know science. So that's amazing. So the elephants, for instance, when they are walking in the field, and then there is an electric fence, and they will see the electricity. They will find that there is electricity that can hurt the elephant. So he will go and pick up a log of wood and then throw it on the fence. They know that the wood is a non-conductor of electricity. It's all amazing, the intelligence of the elephants. That's the reason why Shiva gave him this elephant head. So we need to know a lot more. We are just only beginning to understand this phenomenon. And the reason why we have not delved deep into the Ganesha phenomenon is because the time was not right. But now we find Ganesha's worship so widely prevalent and more passionately pursued, although nobody understands on a scientific level why this god is so important for us. For Mumbai, for instance, there are huge images of Ganesha taken in procession during this Ganesha Chaturthi day. But if you understand the real meaning, then you can do a lot better with your interaction with Ganesha. I have done a few videos, probably not this Ganesha Chaturthi. I have done one or two, but definitely during the 2014, when Ganesha Chaturthi, I did a series of videos on Ganesha and neuroscience. Okay, why Ganesha is associated with wisdom. The story that David Patnaik talks about is the wisdom of Ganesha not to run around the world, but just to go around Shiva and get this special mango fruit. So why is he so important as a wisdom god? So one of the things that I focused on, and there are a few videos on that. It's on video YouTube. I said that there is this one economoneuron in the anterior cingulate of the brain. That particular set of neurons responsible for our intelligence. First, it was only was thought that it was only in the human beings, and later on they added the monkeys and the dolphins, and recently the elephant. The elephant has these neurons in the anterior cingulate. So that makes sense why Ganesha is more intelligent.
the dolphins are there, and Hanuman is the monkey god, and he is the most intelligent person, well read in the Vedas. So there is some deep meaning and significance in Ganesha and his elephant head. The elephants are also very, very intelligent beings, altruistic, and they have a big hippocampus, and their memory is phenomenal, and there are studies going on that they know even arithmetic. There is a guy in Tokyo University doing some research on that. And if you go to Google, search the elephant intelligence, and then there's amazing intelligence. They even know if there is a fence, iron fence, and then there is electricity passing through. Then they psychically know that there is some danger, and then they come and break this circuit by uprooting a tree and then striking that fence with the tree. So they are very intelligent, they're very psychic. And this is being supported by the mythology of Ganesha. The mythology of Ganesha says that he is very intelligent, and as in the story of Muruga or Kartikeya and Ganesha. There are so many stories of Ganesha, because even the name Ganesha, Gana Isha, Ganas are beings who are like aliens, who are very powerful, very intelligent, and then they can do tasks that human beings can't even ever be able to accomplish. And in a very short period of time, or instantaneously as well. So Ganesha is real. He's a phenomenon. He lives. He exists, and that is very important for people to understand, that it is not part of a dead mythology, but it is part of a living tradition, and there are ways and means of getting in touch with him, and the phases of the moon are very important, because those time and space factors are important to access these divine beings. And recently I did a video on new revelations of Ganesha, because these revelations came to me through Agastya, because as I said, I've been interested in Ganesha, and so I went to Agastya Nadi and then asked Ganesha a bunch of questions. So one thing he said, I'm not going to be as much available as on the Chaturthi as like the Chaturtasi, which is the 14th moon. Not the 4th moon, but the 14th moon is when you can access.
So there we have it. Dr. Pillai's message for today is to share about Ganesha and what kind of characteristics or qualities we can build inside of ourselves. So Ganesha is living within us. We are going to plant the seed of bringing in his intelligence inside of us, feeling it in our chakras, feeling it in the different body parts, where I'll be guiding you during the chanting practice. We're going to chant 1008 Om Gums. And if you can't keep up to the pace or the speed of the chanting, then at least grab on to the sound gum, G-U-M. So gum is the bija or seed sound that will explode inside of you and create that obstacle removing consciousness or energy, such that whatever you think about and you ask Ganesha to help you with, he will send that energy out into that area of your life and start to remove those obstacles. So you can just step into that next situation or conversation or event in your life and know that Ganesha has already made it to be successful. So let's get into it. Settle down and take a few breaths. If you want to shut your eyes, you can do that. If you want to keep them open, you certainly can do that as well. You can be sitting, you can be lying down, you can be doing light exercises, as some people have shared, that it allows them to stay focused on the chanting if they're moving and allowing that energy to come into their body. So there are no hard and fast rules with Dr. Pillai. He's just so happy that we're all coming together and collectively we're going to chant 1008 times all the amount or the numbers of people who are joining, whether it's live or in the recording, watching it afterwards. So your eyes are closed, your attention is at the base of the spine. You can imagine a reddish orangish light pouring down your legs into your feet and toes. This reddish orangish light is associated with the consciousness of Ganesha. He's going to set you on fire, just like reddish light in a fire is. We'll invoke him. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Now imagine a ray of light shooting up your backbone, enlivening the chakras. As this light pierces these energy centers that are stacked up on top of one another in your subtle body, in the spine of your subtle body, your energy body. Imagine Dr. Pillai appearing before you. He sends 2 rays of light into your eyes, another 2 rays of light into your nostrils, 2 rays of light into your ears, another ray of light into your mouth. The tongue lights up and the back of the throat lights up. Another ray of light pierces your forehead, goes into the middle of your brain. Another ray of light enters the top of your skull from above, piercing the top of the skull, meeting that ray of light that's shooting up your backbone. Imagine Dr. Pillai's aura enveloping you, penetrating your physical body, burning the karma, enlivening your chakras in the subtle body, accessing the soul to wake it up to Ganesha consciousness. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Feel his energy penetrating your brain, your eyes, your ears, your nostrils, your mouth, the pores of your skin. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. You're merging with Dr. Pillai's light, his grace, his blessings, his empowerment. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. And we'll begin our chanting. Focus your attention at the base of the spine, the root chakra. Allow the light of Ganesha to enliven the root chakra. Chant aloud, chant internally, listen as you wish. Merge your consciousness with Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Feel the sound vibrations and the light radiating out beyond the root chakra, in all directions, beyond the body, beyond this third dimensional realm, shift dimensions. Move up to the heart center. Middle of the chest. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam 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 Om Gam. Move into the throat. Om Gam 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 Om Gam. Move into the middle of the brain, the third eye. Om Gam 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 Om Gam. Float your attention into the belly, the navel chakra. Om Gam 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 Om Gam. Feel the vibrations of the sounds radiating out beyond the belly, the navel chakra, in all directions. Shift dimensions. Now move up to the eyes. Keep them steady and still. Om Gam 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 Om Gam. Move into the nostrils. Send the sounds and light up the nostrils. Om Gam 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 Om Gam. Move into the eardrums. Om Gam 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 Om Gam. Enter your mouth. Put the light in your tongue and the back of your throat. Fill up your mouth with the sounds. Om Gam 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 Om Gam. Move into your brain. Light up your brain, the front of the brain, the back of the brain, the sides, the inside, the top of the brain. Om Gam 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 Om Gam. Focus your attention on the frontal lobe, the front part of your brain, just behind your forehead. Ask Ganesha to take you to the anterior cingulate cortex, where the von economo neurons will enliven altruism, compassion, unconditional love, super intelligence inside of you. Om Gam 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 Om Gam. The whole head lights up, inside, outside, vibrating with the sound. Om Gam 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 Om Gam. Pour your attentional energy into your throat, the neck. Pour it down the body, the core of the body, down the arms and hands, inside the organs, all the way into the pelvic region. Om Gam 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 Om Gam, Om Gam. Pour the light down the legs, into the feet, into the ground. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam. Now move your attention to your body aura, the energy field around you, from your feet all the way up to above your head, surrounding your body. Scan your body from head to toe inside. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam. Om Gam, Om Gam. Now imagine the light waves and the sound waves, the vibrations of Om Gam exploding beyond your body, beyond this dimension, shift dimensions. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam. Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam. Om Gam. You merged with Ganesha. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment, peace to the world. Relax, keep your eyes closed, enjoy the process that you have gone through with the grace and blessings of Dr. Pillai. Lord Ganesha is living in you. And when you're ready, you can come back to yourselves. As you're coming back, you can make a prayer to Dr. Pillai for guiding your soul to come and fill itself up with the blessings of 1008 chants of Om Gam, unlocking the secrets of Ganesha consciousness so that you begin to live it and he begins to guide you. You can make a prayer to Ganesha to ask him once again to remove the obstacles in your life, whatever that is for you at this point in time. We have to put him to work. And then we want to pray for the world, especially during these challenging times where there are people who are in isolation, but they're really, really isolated with no food or clothing or shelter. We need divine intervention to make sure that they have that at minimum, and the love and the grace and the blessings of the divine to comfort them. So thanks for joining those of you who need to go. We're going to share, now that we're full of Ganesha, a little bit more about how you can connect with Dr. Pillai in a way that is going to be so profound. Ganesha is coming into the earth plane and he needs people to be initiated into his consciousness. So if you're up for that, then I'm just going to pop up onto the screen here the name of the course, which is called Living Ganesha. And we've been sharing a little bit about it, where Dr. Pillai has said that he's going to initiate us into 8 forms or archetypes. These beings, again, they're non-physical beings and they live inside of us. You have to get the secret unlocked to access that kind of consciousness. So the first couple of nights we shared about the Haramba Ganesha, the 5-headed golden Ganesha, who will give you gold consciousness. The second one was the power to compress time Ganesha. So time is karma and time is our mindset. We can't get out of it. We're in a loop. It's a vicious cycle. So we're going to get initiated into the Ganesha that compresses it, so we don't have to wait. Waiting is a waste of time, as Dr. Pillai shares. So tonight we'll share about this Ganesha of higher intelligence. So acquire the power of higher logic and instantaneous manifestation. So as we think, so we become, but we're just like, okay, well, when is that going to happen? So this Ganesha will bring the higher logic that says you must go beyond cause and effect. So we can't have an effect without a cause. That's what this whole earth plane is all about. We have to do something and then wait and wait and wait for the effect to happen. Well, Ganesha says, that's like sitting in rush hour traffic. Rush hour, it's not even rushing. It's so slow. So we need to get a way out. We need to get an app that says, oh, there's congested traffic or there are accidents. So here's the way out. And that's what Ganesha will do. He will give us the shortcut. And that's higher logic. It doesn't make sense to sit in rush hour traffic that doesn't move. That's not even logical, but we do it. So that's what we do in our life. We say, this is just not working anymore. Relationship wise, financial issues are there forever. Problems repeated over and over and over. Challenges in our workplace with the people we work with, or people in our lives, our family members, our friends, our neighbors. People are really freaking out with this COVID. And normally they were, or historically they have been okay, but now they have to wear the mask and they have to abide by certain regulations, keeping the social distance. It's really messing people up. They're very depressed. They don't know who they are anymore. So this higher intelligence will come in and help you to go beyond all that. So that Ganesha is going to be the one, another one who Dr. Pillai will initiate you into. Oh, who doesn't want to get out from behind the mask? He'll find a way out for not only individually, but for the world. So the more of us who get initiated into these Ganeshas, then it is going to be that small percentage. That's all it takes. It only takes a very small percentage of people to be uplifted into the state of these divine beings, how they can work with our intelligence and we can merge with their intelligence. So we're saying these mantras to build that consciousness. They're like seeds. So we've said 1008 times how many ever people are here, and then even those of you who will be watching later on the recording. That energy is a vortex and it's going to keep going and growing. So we'll have that energy of all those mantras. And then because we have billions and billions of cells in our body, we need to fill each and every one with that seed sound of Ganesha. So thanks everyone for joining and for listening into, and for also holding the space where everyone who is joining can just dump whatever's no longer serving them. We want to dump all this stuff that's no longer part of our highest expression of ourselves. We can't be pulled down by it anymore. So the space is so important. The vortex opens up and then we can dump our sorrows, our anxiety, our depression, our confusion, our inability to move forward because we're stuck. We feel like we don't have any help or no one will help us, even though we have reached out and thought we would have help. Then Ganesha will find a way, a new way. So we really, really need this to be something that is for the whole world. And if you want to participate in that, check it out. There are early bird special pricing that ends on August 11th, so we don't want you to miss that. All right. And then did I mention that August 15th through the 22nd, you can see it there on the video card. All right. So we're going to open up the chat now for some shared experiences. So our friend Radha she's a long time student of Dr. Pillai's, and she helps out with Power Time practice all these years. And she's been hosting the chat here. So thank you for doing that and reiterating whatever has been shared so that people who maybe they couldn't hear the volume. I've heard from some people that they're not able to hear my voice. So please send that feedback to us so we can make the adjustments, but also check your own computer or your technology to make sure that it is, the volume is up. So people are posting their notes of gratitude, which Dr. Ply had shared last night in the Vyasa Draupadi Fire Lab, where he is invoking Ganesha. A lot of Ganesha energy is being invoked in that. And you're welcome to jump on that. It's going to be starting in about an hour and 5 minutes on PILLAI'S Center YouTube. So please join that. It's free. And again, now that you've prepared yourself and Ganesha consciousness is moving through you, then you can get that much more blessings from Dr. Ply as he brings in the Ganesha consciousness. So the divine wants to come in, but we have to raise our vibration to meet that vibration, that intelligence, because it's like, well, it's not like, it is burning, it's on fire. These beings are like millions of suns, light and intelligence. So it takes a Satguru, Dr. Ply, to bring in the intelligence of Ganesha, filter it through his being, and then transmit that out to us. So the mini fire lab or full-on fire lab that Dr. Ply does, we never know which one he's going to do, which type he's going to do, but it is the perfect one for that moment. So he talked a lot about being grateful that you are awake, you are alert, you are seeking the highest intelligence, and then you can help the rest of humanity. So lots of gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank all of you. So people are posting their requests, their prayer requests. Wonderful energy, I hear. Nice. So if there's anything that I did not comment on, oh, there is one. I remember at the beginning, was the favorite food of Ganesha. He loves these things called modak. And they're like these jaggery rice, flour kind of dumplings. So he loves those. He also loves gulab jamun. So he loves sweets. So you can get those if you know how to make them. You can Google it, make them. And then you can also find out the significance. There's so many different stories that you can go on to Google and then find out which one resonates with you about Ganesha and his sweet tooth. So the divine loves sweets. So you can offer that to Ganesha, and then like we were offering the mango, this is a mango that for people who don't know what that is. In Canada, this is how it came. It's like a green and red. Sometimes it's just red, sometimes it's all green. So, but it's pretty ripe. We're waiting to get my teeth sunk into that. So you can offer it to Ganesha and make your prayers, and then you can take it as a blessed food. So you can offer the modaka and then gulab jamun. Peria saying, I'm afraid to leave a fire when I'm not home. I see yours in the box of some type. Does that make it safer to leave on? I work from home and I have done this forever. So this is something that is going 24/7. And if you don't feel safe, then put it out before you go out. I've been noticing I can handle my time much better since we've been chanting Ganesha mantra. Awesome, Michael. That's great. Elizabeth is saying, I have a question. Can you let us know how the premier level initiation for the Living Ganesha program can benefit us? Well, it's kind of like, you know, you go to a rock concert and you're in the front row. You are gonna have an amazing experience. You're gonna have an amazing experience anyways. But if you get in the front row and you also have access to the backstage, you get backstage passes. So that's how it is with Ganesha and the premier programs, is that you really are immersing yourself in his consciousness. So it's always tricky with these kinds of things to understand until you actually try it out. Because whatever we say or whatever Dr. Pillai shares is not going to, it's going to invite you, but it's also, you've got to do it for yourself to understand what it has done for you. And so you feel it, you have, your experience is different during the process. However, what we want to see in our lives are premier events happening in our lives, such as a healing that comes out of nowhere, or a healing modality that comes out of nowhere for something that has been chronic and long-standing. I've had that happen. We never know what kind of disease is going to come from a lifetime in the past. And then it's just going to land on us. And we're healthy, and we're, doing exercise, we're eating right, we're meditating, we're trying to keep our stress level low, or, at a lower level. That is, we're going to get proper sleep, and we're going to have beautiful relationships with others, interactions with others. So we're really managing our lifestyle. However, when karma comes, it comes and it will just bonk you and it will take you out. So when that happens, then you've got to do something, because it just doesn't make sense that it's happening. So that's why we want to always be in the premier type of situation where the divine will come in and take out that problem. So I'm experiencing that myself. All of a sudden I have this rash that is broken out into my hands. And I was like, why? I didn't touch anything. I didn't do anything. And then, so I was just thinking, okay, maybe it is, I was cleaning, using cleaning supplies or using too much hand sanitizer. But then it started on my feet. And then I started on my different parts, on my leg, on my arm, on my elbow. What is this? So I inquired with Hanuman Das, who I work with in advisory services, and he's an enlightened being who helps a lot of people to discover or uncover what is the karma. So he just said, okay, this is a tough karma that you're going through, but you got to do your prayers, and you got to do these pujas, and I'll do these fire labs for you, and so on. So that's how it is for me. I will just go and grab the premier Ganesha Chaturthi program, because I know this is something that has come out of nowhere, and I need to deal with it. So that's how it is for me to experience the premier program. And then in my life, things start to, or continue to evolve in a way that no matter what anyone says to me, good or not so good, I stay even. So that's where Ganesha comes in. He just removes all those obstacles or all those karmas that are coming at you. And you just think, whoa, why is this happening? That's not what I want to manifest. So the premier programs have always been very rewarding for me and for other people as well. So you want to you want to experience it in the time that it is happening. You will be like in the front row, and then getting a backstage pass with Ganesha and Dr. Pillai. Oh, and then in your life, you want to feel and see how that shows up in your life as miracles and whatever else is happening in your life that you're just like, that wasn't because I planned it. It's because the divine just said, this is what it is with the contract. It's a divine covenant, really. In all cultures, all traditions, all religions, there's a covenant that is written in their scriptures that when we call on the divine, then they come in and they can help us to evolve. And then when we give them whatever they need, then they can evolve. So as it is above in the heavens, so it is here on the earth plane and on other planes as well. So there's a give and take covenant that happens. So we need to call on these beings, and then We need to help them to evolve. So we need to give them what is required for them to take those big, huge evolutionary steps so that they in turn can help benefit the person plus the whole world. So yeah, so people are posting, can you help me increase my business and remove obstacles from me experiencing success? If you haven't experienced success and if you have tremendous obstacles, then you're going to go for it. Just makes sense. You're going to really go for it. It's once a year where Ganesha comes into the earth plane and says, all right, what do you want me to do? So if you've got a lot going on in your life and you're just going to scratch the surface because that's what you think will do it, that's fine. But try different ways of communing with Ganesha. And many people say that they meditate. And when they're doing this chanting practice for 21 days, they get a message from Ganesha. And Ganesha says, and even Dr. Pillai, and I reiterate it, God only knows what you can do. So don't feel like, oh my God, I got to break the bank and get the premiere. And you're totally freaked out. You don't do that either. And if it's something that is so compelling you deep in your belly and saying, do this, then do it. People are asking about very specific questions about the program, and it's hot off the press what I'm sharing with you. This is all I know right now. So as we are rolling out in these 21 days together, or what's left of them, these couple of weeks, then I will share more and more. So please send your questions to office@pillai'scenter.com, and they may be able to help you faster than me. Although I just received a Skype message today saying we're getting this rolled out. We'll give you the information as Dr. Pillai is getting it from the divines. It's not like something you can just, write a recipe. Okay, we're going to do this year. It's like a lot of prayers. Dr. Pillai is going into deep, deep, intensive meditation. What do we really, really, really need? Don't just give like scratching the surface. We need to go deep into the iceberg, not just the tip of the iceberg. We need to go deep in and get rid of all those problems. So that information is going to be coming out. We've got a few days. So it's August 4th right now. And up until the 11th is when the early bird special is happening. So we're going to get in the next day or so. Please keep coming to this chanting practice so that you find out exactly what it is. You're very welcome. Elizabeth is saying, okay, I want the front row and backstage pass. Thank you so much. That's what it is. And I can't tell you enough how many years, well, it's a couple of decades now and a half, that I've been studying with Dr. Pillai, and every year that the Ganesha's birthday is happening, it truly is the birth of his consciousness inside. So what we continue to see outside, we can pray all we want or wish all we want, but until we connect with Ganesha, and then he elevates our consciousness for that whole year. And then he builds on that consciousness for that next whole year. And it's always something that's building and building. And it's like an energy, perhaps you can relate to it that way, where it's radiating out of your body, your being, and all that intelligence is grabbing the situation that's going to be best for you versus what you're thinking, because the thinking is the karma and you just don't want that. Even if it's good karma, Ganesha can make it even better. So why limit yourself? If we want to experience unlimited wealth, unlimited health, unlimited beautiful relationships or healed relationships, we can't keep thinking, oh, I'm going to do this and then it'll happen, because that's limited. So Ganesha's energy and all the divine beings, of course, he's the first one. If you get his blessings, then All the others are just like doing the happy dance to bless you as well, because they can't give full blessings until we get the blessings of Ganesha. So every year you will progress, and then your energy will increase. And as I mentioned before, they have the intelligence of millions of suns, light and intelligence. We would be burnt to a crisp if it all came in all at once. So Dr. Pillai takes that energy, he translates it into something that the soul will understand. And then that soul starts to speak. You know, people always say, what's my soul's purpose? Well, you got to get it unlocked. So you've got to get the soul unlocked, that intelligence unlocked inside of us, and it's not through scriptures. In fact, I was watching this documentary on Tibetan Buddhist monks and how they, you know, how they struggled and so on. It was on YouTube. And they said even, and this was the Dalai Lama, he had come in and he, you know, he was in and out of the documentary sharing his insights and so on. And he was sharing about these monks who just are reading the scriptures and spending lifetimes in caves and things like that, the whole lifetime, and that they haven't come to the level of a Sadguru. So, and then they always say, they come out of it and then they say, you know, I didn't get it in this lifetime, but I know that I have the blessings of the master who has gone before me, because all the scriptures, that's not going to get it for you. So it's across the cultures, across the traditions. Just reading about maybe about the Bible or the different types of scriptures across the different traditions, that is going to take you into a state of religiosity, perhaps. But to experience and know God is only, as the Tibetan master said, is through the blessings. So on some level, we're all so darn lucky that how did it happen that we get the blessings to be studying with Dr. Pillai? So it's probably lifetimes that you, even if you're coming just for the first time and you're like wondering, what am I doing here? Just like I was many, many years ago, many lifetimes. What am I doing? How come I'm here? Pinch me. This is so awesome. You know, is this for real? So it is the blessings of the master that you're here, and he knows what your soul needs at any given point in time. So don't compare yourself to anyone. No one. Because you are God and you're having your experience of God, and you just need to wake it up with all the support of all these divine beings who are in the other realms and they're trying to get in. So Dr. Pillai will say, here's the password, kid, go sit in the front row. Here's your backstage pass too. There you go. And there you have it. So awesome. It'll be so great to see you there. And what I do know, I just got instructions that I will be hosting weekly calls following up after the initiation process that everyone will go through. So there will be weekly calls with me to be able to guide everyone through it all and answer your questions and help you to integrate the very powerful teachings into your life in a practical way, and also to answer your questions about things that Dr. Pillai talked about and you just didn't know what he meant by it. Somebody is saying here, Ganesha offered me one of those 2 days ago and I did not understand the significance. Much appreciation for the clarity. Oh, that's for Judy Engel. Okay, great. Well, we have Judy Engel Bhairavi there as well. This is another long-time devotee and Pillai Center support. She gives a lot of guidance. So when you send your emails to programs@PillaiCenter.com or office@PillaiCenter.com, Judy Bhairavi, her spiritual name is Bhairavi, is there to help. So thank you so much. All right, everyone. Well, it's 11:15 p.m. and we have 45 minutes to continue chanting Om Gam, or the sound, the mantra for Draupadi. And you can go on to Pillai Center, and if you opt in, you can receive Dr. Pillai's voice. It's a mantra loop on SoundCloud of the Draupadi mantra. And then you can also, he'll take you through a guided meditation process. So do that. And then I'm not sure if we can post a link here, but there is chanting after the Fire Lab that Shivakami, who is another longtime student of Dr. Pillai's and also is helping out bringing people together to continue to invoke the goddess through that mantra practice. So that happens afterwards. So we just really want people to not feel like, oh my God, I don't know what to do with my life. It's just this COVID is so confusing. And, so just, we don't want to keep focusing on that because it's happening. So what we want to do is we want to get out of that mindset and get into a mindset, hour after hour. If we just did that for a few hours, you will be a completely different person. And then you build that every day and you will certainly see the changes in your life. So Mini Valley has posted here, Dr. Pillai wants everyone to practice fire safety. He does not recommend keeping lamps lit if no one is home. Please be careful if you have small children, small pets that can jump up, etc. Exactly. So if you are new to the teachings, just light it when you're doing your prayers and put it out. And because not only you can think, oh, I'm safe, which is what I thought in the beginning too. No worries, I'm here right in my puja room. I'm going to just sit here and meditate while this lamp is lit. And all of a sudden, this energy came. No one was in the room, no pets, no children, nobody but me. And I was meditating, and all of a sudden, a spark came out of the lamp. It landed on a paper that was there. It was my instructions on what I needed to do next as far as my chanting practice was going, and it caught on fire. So it's not the lamp so much that could get, it could just a spark. Sparks have flown on to the ground and burned the floor or burned the rug. So be very, very safe. And what I found is very helpful is to put it on a tray, or you can have it just at the sink in your kitchen. You can keep it lit. Many traditions, the Greeks, they burn the olive oil. So that the Orthodox, maybe the others too as well. So you can have that too. Candles you have to be careful with because the wax, again, if it's got some chemicals in it, that can be problematic, which it has been for me. Those tea lights, I bought them at I don't want to say where it was because I don't want to discourage anyone from shopping there anymore. But I had to do this ritual, as Dr. Pillai had mentioned, had advised, many, many years ago. And he said, okay, you need like 108. I don't even know what the number was. It was hundreds. Maybe it was 108. And he said, light the lamps on this special day, do it this way, da, da, da. And I was like, oh my God, I don't have 108 lamps. Can I use candles? Yeah, okay. So I went and got them, and they were tea lights. And I had them close together, and they caught a big fire. Smoke alarm, the whole house was smoked out and almost burned down. So, you don't want to mess around with that. And again, you don't ever do anything unless the master says it's okay to do it. So Sarah's saying, I haven't been able to get the link. Is it given in the chat on the Fire Lab chat roll? It could be underneath this. Is it not underneath this video here that we're doing? Or Radha, can you post the link to the Fire Lab? Oh, you mean the link to the chanting practice? You know what? I don't know about that, Sarah. Oh, the after hours Draupadi chanting. Okay. So I'm not really sure how that can, maybe through Facebook or the groups, maybe in courses that you're enrolled in, you can access that. But it's a big long, and it's a personal, it's a big long link, and it's a personal Zoom link. So I'm not sure if that's doable here in Ply Center Practice YouTube. Sarah, gum, gum, gum. Ah, there you go. We just had to say gum, gum, gum. Ply Center Practice. Radha probably posted it there. Is that the one for the Draupadi, Radha? The chanting after? Gum, gum, gum. So that will take place, that Draupadi chanting will take place after Dr. Ply's Fire Lab. So whenever he ends, it's going to begin. So you can just grab that link and then, yes, Draupadi chanting. There we go. All right. So I think there you have it. You're all set to go. You have about 40 minutes to get ready. And then we'll see you over in Dr. Ply's Vyasa Draupadi, and he starts with Ganesha. I better start with Ganesha. So he starts with Ganesha, and you really, really feel it because we're so full of it. The Om Gam, and then you're going to be chanting it afterwards until the Fire Lab starts. And then if you can get the access to the Draupadi chanting, the audio through Ply Center, you have to opt in, and then they send you the link to go and get that download from SoundCloud on Ply Center. And then there's a little meditation there as well that Dr. Ply guides you through. So you're all set. And then please check out the Living Ganesha program. And even if you think, oh, I can't do it, or I can't afford it, or I don't even know, you just keep reading about it. Read all about these Ganeshas, because even that is an initiation from Ganesha to make you go and read about it. So don't just think, oh, I'm not going to do it. If you don't, that's fine. But go and read about it. He's coming to the earth plane. So you want to know that consciousness is readily available for you, and it might be very helpful for you in those different areas of your life. Why is life so hard? That's the big question. And it isn't when you get Ganesha on your side. So life is all full of ups and downs. It's a roller coaster. Again, karma is going to come out of nowhere, just like it does for me, just like it does for everybody. So we need to have the support of the divine. And if that's working for you, then carry on. If you need some divine intervention, then start with Ganesha. And he will tell you why life is hard. And maybe Kazam or anyone else, you can inquire about getting an astrology consultation. Swami Nivali is a great Vedic astrologer here. She's a longtime student and devotee of Dr. Ply, and she'd be happy to help to give you some guidance. So you can check out astroved.com and go to live astrology consultations. Or if Swami Nivali, if you're still here and you want to pop that information on the chat, then that'll be helpful. It will give you insights, Kazam or anyone else, why your life is so hard. Because it's not about life as in life on the earth plane. We don't have to look at it everywhere. It doesn't matter if you're a billionaire, you still have problems. So you want to find out how it is pertaining to you, because that's enough to deal with. And then once you are relieved of that suffering, and you've got that awareness, the insights, and then the guidance, the help to navigate why it has been so tough and hard for you, then it gives you relief and it uplifts you and it gives you that sense of, hey, you know what? I found a way out. And then you can go on, and some people really enjoy doing the naughty astrology consultations to get rid of the karmas that are coming in there through that reading. So Marius is saying, life is interesting lesson, only hard if you're lazy, weak, or stupid. Well, that may be the case. However, like all of us that are evolving, and Marius, maybe you too, where you feel like, okay, I'm working, I'm not being lazy, I'm trying to do my best, but it seems like my best isn't good enough. And, you know, the karma is coming so strong because as we're on the spiritual path, we're evolving more and more. So the divine wants us to help more and more people. And we can feel sometimes like we don't have the energy, or we can't even get off the bed because all that consciousness is coming through us. So it's, and we may feel like sometimes when I talk to my colleagues, we say, God, I just feel like I'm not doing enough. And meanwhile, we're working, you know, a lot, and we have to remind ourselves, what? You are working like 12 hours today. I think you should be feeling a little tired and a little lazy. So it's all relative. And I can definitely say I feel stupid a lot. I feel very uninformed and uneducated, or I don't have the intelligence to do some of the things that I need to do. So it's again, it's not so much about that. It's about getting the highest intelligence to help you to move through those challenges. So Marius is saying, I've been fasting over 30 hours for the full moon. Fabulous. Great. Shiny you. Yeah. So the astrologer's name is Swamini Vali. And her, if you can go on to astroved.com. I think we should be able to put that link on there. Radha, is that possible? There's lots of astrologers there. There's a lot of astrologers who live in India. Swamini Vali is here in the West. And again, she's been an astrologer for a lot of us over the years. So no worries, Marius. It's not condescending at all. We're just, you know, we're here to figure out how to navigate and how to, you know, see how Ganesha sees. Dr. Ply shared that he's like a mother. He just cares so much. And if we could get into that care and compassion for one another and, you know, forgiving ourselves too. I'm always like messing up, and I was like, oh, I feel so bad. And then I have to come out of that because that's not going to help. So it's not that we don't make mistakes. Mistake means you just missed the mark. It's not a big deal. So it's great. It's a great coaching. Is it necessary to be a vegetarian? Absolutely not. No. So Dr. Ply has, over the years, he has said, okay, I want you to be a vegetarian. So, oh my God, this one time I was a vegetarian for like, I don't know, 8 years. And then there was a bunch of us who were doing that because he said, you be vegetarian. Okay, fine. So then we were in India, and it was on a trip where he was crushing the ego, he was getting rid of the karma, the ego, the illusion that we were, you know, something special because we're vegetarians. So he said, okay, your teaching today is to every meal that you have, you're going to eat goat or lamb or mutton. We're just like couldn't have been chicken or something like a little bit more familiar with to ease back in, fish maybe. No. So we sat down, okay, there goes the vegetarianism, and take the dish. It was so delicious. And then it was like, oh, wow, we don't want to get too attached to being any one way. So You can be doing whatever you need to do. You know, if you want to, you can cut back on non-veg. Non-veg. So try it out. All right, everyone, let's wrap it up. We want to get ready for Dr. Pillai's Fire Lab. Thank you so, so much, everyone. God bless you all. Have an amazing rest of your day, your evening, wherever you are. Thank you, Radha. Thank you, Bhairavi. Thank you, Somini Vali, and anyone else from Pillai Center who is here, been so supportive of everyone on the chat. And thanks to all of you, we are going to have pushed the consciousness up a little bit more, elevate our, or uplift our consciousness so that Ganesha can meet us inside and outside and bring him into the earth plane with Dr. Pillai's grace and blessings. So thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.